Hello, welcome one, welcome all. I hope everyone's doing great this New Year's Day. Oh my gosh, and we got some exciting news to break. Zeus has left the building. Let's talk about that. So, Glenda has made a video saying that Zeus and has they don't have a relationship anymore. He's left. He has left her high and dry. So we'll see. I think I know where he's at. He's on another social media platform defending Glenda under an assumed name. Old crone from Bakersfield. Welcome. Welcome, welcome. Well, I'm going to say where I think he's at is at Slenda Gully Forum on the Gossip Bakery. Happy New Year, old crone. I hope things are looking bright for you. I'm going to eat my cabbage later. Oh, I don't know whether I should say it out loud or just keep it to myself for now. Well, several of us already think we know who it is. And just by the verbiage they use, we'll see. We'll see. Come on, everybody, show up here. I'm all alone with just old crone. We're lonely and we need company. Hello, c'est moi. Yes, we already knew that, of course. But oh, hold on just a second. Let me turn myself down. Okay, there's 14 in the building and only 2 are commenting. Come on. Come on. Panthers that are not blocked, you can comment and give your thoughts. We don't bite. Hey Kevin, how you doing? He's into trans women. Hey LFW, oh my gosh, you haven't been alive in a long time. Welcome. I hope your New Year's is starting off to a good start. And for you, Kevin, and c'est moi as well. But what a time to announce this on New Year's Day. Yes, c'est moi. It will be the subject on Laura's next live, because what else does she have to talk about? Her life is so boring. No one wants to hear about her knee surgery or her hip replacement or um, anything, her hair loss. She says I'm the one that always brings up her hair loss, that she's losing her hair. She's got bald spots. Hello, we've all seen them. And you even said it from the very beginning. In one of your lives, you were telling people how you have bald spot and how you move your hair and you try to cover it with your hair. And this was one of your earlier videos, Laura. Go check it out. So, as much as you say that Glenda forgets things she says and contradicts herself, so do you. Ha! So do you. Oh, LFW, I'm so sorry. I know how hard it is taking care of a mom. Elle has hair loss. Right? She should buy herself a liver. Which, to me, all that is bogus because one, she is getting Botox treatments that she shouldn't be getting because of the liver transplant list. Her liver transplant doctors won't let her have Botox, but she went behind their backs and she's getting Botox. And if she was really on a liver transplant list, she would not be messing that up for nothing. She has wasted all this time damaging her body, drinking, taking narcotics, even though they're prescribed, Botox, all that could take her off that list. So I say it's bullshit. 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 And she drank. I don't know if she's still drinking, but she did drink with a certain party of her Panthers. And no one, oh my gosh, you would not take that risk if you were really on a transplant list. You would not have taken that risk. You would be avoiding everything. You would be checking labels to make sure there is no alcohol content of any kind. She needs a hair transplant too. Maybe she is on a hair transplant list. I'd kiss you, but I just washed my hair. That's a good one. Yeah, she all of a sudden just dropped the whole Susie thing. I think she found out what I'd been warning her about. I'll have to find out if she had contacted Laura. Hey, Stat! Oh my gosh! Happy New Year to you too. Happy New Year to everyone here. And that's even funnier, right? I'm glad you're here, Stat. It's good seeing you. We have more people that are supposed to join, but I don't know where they are. I like that, c'est moi. Say something good about Joan Crawford. She's dead. Good. Oh, you were in a storm? Oh my gosh, Stat, that's not good. I've never been in a storm. Oh, yes, I have. We had a small tornado when I lived in Corpus Christi. And, well, I lived on Padre Island, and I was trying to get home because my cat at that time, China, she was home alone and she was so deathly afraid of storms. As soon as she heard a slight thunder, she would run in the closet and hide behind anything she could get to. And she was so silly. And I was trying to get there before, and I ran into a wall of water. You could not see, I could not see the front of my car. I couldn't see next to me. I couldn't see road lines or anything. It was just like a steady pour right on the highway. And I managed to pull over and get off the highway and just park until it passed. And then I checked my voice messages, and the guy I was dating at the time left a voicemail, and he was saying, "Don't go home. You're going to run right in the middle of the tornado. Don't go home." And I think I was right in the middle of a tornado. Did I say hurricane at first? It wasn't a hurricane, it was a tornado. And he was just like, "Don't go home." He left several messages. "Don't go home. You're going to run straight into the tornado." And I was like, I think I was, because it was really bad. It wasn't a big tornado, but enough to make my car go back and forth. And that rain, I've never seen anything like it, with that rain just pouring straight down. I could not see the hood of my car. I couldn't see next to me. It's like sitting in a car wash, when they're throwing all that stuff on your car, and you can't see anything, like that. So I had that experience. Hey, Flower Power. Good to see you. Susan, welcome. I'm glad you made it. Moonchild. Happy New Year to you all. Who was laughing at colonoscopy testing? Oh, yeah, she was talking about the passing gas. Her passing gas. She is a bag of wind, because that's all she blows out. You and Simba were napping. Well, I'm sorry I woke you up. Okay, Flower Power. Yeah, I figured that's who it was with the colonoscopy. I remembered that she talked about it. I have a colonoscopy next week, so hopefully all goes well. Yeah. He's got to smell his dinner before he eats it, same one. Oh, you snowbird in reverse? Okay. So you came up north for the winter. There's some nice things about the winter. I love snow. I don't like cleaning it off my car. I don't like shoveling it off the driveway. I love it when I'm sitting with my hot cup of cocoa in my nice warm pajamas with a fire going in the fireplace, and I can just sit there and look outside the window and watch it all day long. But to have to work and get up, at 5 o'clock in the morning so you could leave at 8. So you could be in at work at 8, and you have to get up just to shovel snow, just to scrape it off your car. Oh my gosh, that I hated. Oh, it's a permanent move. Oh, you bought a house in Pennsylvania? Oh no, it's not a permanent move. Okay. You bought a home in Pennsylvania? Oh, you're retiring to get Walmart deliveries now? I I get I don't get delivery. I get um pickup. I go curbside pickup. And that's I when they started that curbside pickup before the whole pandemic thing, I was like, I don't want someone to be picking my vegetables and fruits. But when the pandemic hit, I was like, yeah, you can grab whatever you want off that uh, shelf. What I don't like about Walmart is they always get you the dented cans. So now I'm really careful about what I order at Walmart and the grocery store here, HEB. Um, sometimes they don't know how to pick the fruits and vegetables. They just grab whatever. And I've gotten watermelon from HEB, and it's old and tastes old, and taken it back because it wasn't ripe. It was too overripe, I guess you would say, almost rotten. And you buy. I ordered zucchini and squash this last time, and they went bad before I could think about it. I had to go back and buy more at Walmart. So that's something I don't like about not picking my own produce at the grocery store. Yes, flower power, exactly. Happy New Year, Stealth. I'm glad you made it. Yes, Happy New Year, Stealth. Let's see here. Did I miss anybody? So, where do you think Steve is hiding? What I know. Did he dump her because she's been gaining weight like nobody's business? Um, she says she's too heartbroken to talk about it. I bet she found out he's married, has children. She is approaching 80. And oh, Zeus is with you, Flower Power. Oh, I see. I see. So now we're going to talk about you, Flower Power, and your love affair with the mysterious candy uh, manufacturing company. Is he going to name a taffy after you, Flower Power? Call it Flower Power 1961 Taffy. I know, and he wanted you, c'est moi. He wanted you. Rosie O'Kelly, LFW. Rosie O'Kelly is a popular transgender woman on YouTube. She has a great following. People like her. She's okay to me, but people talking about their life and you know that just doesn't interest me. So I know Flower Power has the moves. She went shh. She slipped right in between and went, "Sorry, Glenda, he's mine." But he could have had c'est moi. He could have had c'est moi if c'est moi wanted a candy mogul, as she calls him, um, with his big candy manufacturing business. And he patented the gummy bear, whatever he said he patented. Um, and he has stores all over the U.S. And he has a cabin in Gatlinburg. And he has an aunt, rich aunt, that passed away and left him her whole estate just to him. Did not even include her own children, just him. We all need a candy man. Yeah, it depends on what kind of candy you're talking about, Flower Power. So, where is Zeus hiding? The Manhasset was the stupidest story. I swear. Ugh, you don't know how we tried to talk her out of that story. But, Zeus could do no wrong. He approves of me and supports me 100%, no matter what. Meaning that I didn't support her 100% because I don't like to lie for other people. I'll lie for myself, but I'm not going to push a lie that was created that's so stupid. And for me to put my name behind it, I don't think so. I know, Stealth. It's too funny. I mean, we already knew there was no way he's going to go see her. No way, no how. And if this was really a real love story and not something they made up, which I don't think so. He may have made it up. He may have been telling Glenda he loved her and you know did all that. I do I do believe he played her. That is for sure. But she lost so many friends because of him. You know, I would still be friends with Glenda, but I don't want to push the Zeus lie on my subs and her subs. She can push the lie all she wants it with her subs. I'm not going to stand behind it. Susan, she would still be friends with Susan. Um, Karen, Laura, that other woman, Diane Williams, I think it was. So many people that she pushed out of her life at his demand. I haven't watched the Glenda video either. This one was first time and only because someone sent it to me. So unless someone sends me a video and says, oh, you're mentioned in here, or you really got to watch this video, then I'll watch it. But mostly not. Even Laura's, same thing. I download them and that's it to my storage, and that's that. I know, same one. You know what? Uh, I was already talking to um, another person in the group, and we had been emailing back and forth. And I was telling her, I don't like what's going on here. I said, this guy's full of shit. And we started comparing things, and she was like, I think you're right. I think you're right. There's something wrong. And then you started that private chat and started talking about it. And I was like, yeah, yeah, he is full of it. And then we asked him to show himself. Yes, Susan, he did have the German accent. Yeah. Yes, a stealth reporter, of course. There's nothing better than phone sex. Oh, yeah, put him on the wall. Yes, I'd like to see that. Well, we asked him to show himself, and he got so angry, or what Glenda told me was he cried. He cried because all of you didn't trust him to just be like he wants to be, anonymous. And he was so heartbroken that he cried and cried and cried. And when Samoa made that other channel, chocolate diapers thing, oh, he cried because his brother means so much to him that he was going to have to tell him about the whole YouTube thing. And that's the last thing he wanted his brother to know. And you want to know what his brother's name is? His brother's name is Stephen. He's Steve, and his brother's name is Stephen. They're two different people. Steve and Stephen. And I was like, well, then Stephen owns the house where Steve lives, and Stephen owns the candy company that Steve owns, and Stephen is in all the documentations for everything he's ever owned. Stephen, not Steve. So Steve owns nothing. His brother Stephen owns everything. And now, as stalking is a crime, posted the video on this new building that's an Italian restaurant. Makes you wonder. And Stephen owns that too. And what Glenda told me was that Steve had just bought a warehouse to expand his company. Well, the warehouse is a small Italian restaurant with carry out pizza, and it's tiny. That's a spicy meatball. Yeah, like the Newhart show. This is my brother Daryl, my other brother Daryl. This is Steve, and my other brother Steve, and my other brother Steve. Steven. That's my brother Steve. I'm Steve. This is my brother Steve, and this is my other brother Steven. Oh my gosh. I mean, she was in love with him. She believed everything he said. And she was lonely. But she really does not have a good, she doesn't make decisions wisely. She doesn't look at the whole picture. She's into what's working for her at the moment. She doesn't look at the future and say, um, who's still going to be here? I mean, she said he was loyal to the bone, that he would never leave her. So, I don't know. Steven, and Steve. Yeah. I'm Steve. This is my other brother Steve, and this is my other brother Steven. Well, that's all. You Moonchild, that's all they have. They don't have anything else because he's driving all over and never has time to go to New York. I mean, come on. It would only be a couple of days. You could take a little detour, go up to Long Island, stay there 2 days, you know, hit it, as Mindy used to say. He can hit that as much as he wants for those 3 days and then, you know, shuffle on down to Gatlinburg, South Dakota, North Dakota, wherever it is he goes, Georgia, goes to Georgia too. I mean, come on. He can take a Southwest Airlines flight for $99 one way. She can go pick him up at the airport. They can go do the nasty uh, for a couple of days, and then he can be back on his way home. Yes, George Foreman named all of his male children George. And you know what? Uh, my one of my friends in Houston, well, she lived north of Houston in a suburb, and her kids went to school with some of the Georges, with a few of the Georges that lived in her neighborhood. Flower power, I would not know that. I would not know that. I'm not married. I don't have a boyfriend right now. I really don't even want to. It's like, oh, to me, it's a chore. Yeah, if he took, yeah, Susan, if he took Southwest, he'd never get there. Oh, stop. You make me laugh. I make you laugh. You make me laugh. What does Dad say? Maybe his father named them like, oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. Well, that's what he said. That the Stephen brother is a half brother from his dad married to another woman. And apparently that other woman didn't know that he had another son already named Steve. No, you're right, Stat. It's like uh, you feel like, uh, I don't have to put on makeup. I don't have to do my hair. I don't have to get out of my pajamas. I don't have to wash my hair every day. Um, you know, you can go and come as you please. Don't have to be there. Oh, he's going to watch football, and I have to be here to make him his football treats, um, which is something I hated. I hated football. My ex-husband would sit in the living room watching football, and I'd be in the bedroom watching whatever else that was not football. Hey, sweet Vidalia, I'm glad you made it. Is he bisexual? Did you mean bisexual? Okay, yes, you did. Could be, could be. He could be bisexual. Who knows? Maybe he admitted that to uh, Glenda, and she says, "Oh no, no man of mine is gonna be hitting up some man's butt." The stepmother never knew her stepson. No, I know, right? And it was a chance meeting. They both had this appointment at the same doctor at the same time. And I'm totally making this up. But it sounded like a good story, right? Just to add to his piles of lies. And we were at the doctor's office, and I was waiting to be called, and he was waiting to be called, and the doctor's nurse says, "Stephen, Steve Phillips." And they both stood up and looked at each other, and it was like looking in the mirror. And they said, "You're Steve? You're Steve?" "Yes, I'm Steve. I'm Steve. Who's your father?" "Steve? Oh, my dad's name's Steve too." Then they found out they were long lost half brothers. Happy New Year, sweet Vidalia. He was gorgeous, rich, and educated in Germany. Right? Flower power. I believe she does. Because you can tell, she starts off fine, and by the end of the her TV show, um, she's all wasted. She's like, slurring her words, laughing a little too much. You can just tell. I know, right? It's just like it that would fit the storyline that they were raised in different states because his mother, his mother left him the ranch in Montana, and the other brother lived in Indiana. So Steve, the one with the ranch in Montana, sold the ranch, made millions of dollars on it. Then he moved to Indiana, to the same town where his other brother, Stephen, lived. And he happens to live in the same house that Steve lives in. And to top that off, Stephen owns the house. And Stephen supports Steve. I mean, it is just a miracle of how all of this happened. And there you go. There's this story of Steve and Stephen, half brothers, had the same dad, just ended up living in the same town, in the same house, owning the same business, and they never met until they went to that doctor's appointment. I always, what I always thought in the back of my head, that this dude works for Steven and he's bullshitting Glenda. And I thought that he was an employee of the candy company that makes deliveries to all these places. But maybe that is or isn't. I don't know. Oh my gosh, Stat. Well, they're both very common names. Maybe your husband was Steve. Maybe he was the third Stephen Phillips. Oh, a sweet Dahlia, that is certainly the truth. Judging by my brother's own experience, it is horrible and very painful, and it just takes a long time for that liver to quit working. Oh my gosh, Stat, I'm so sorry to hear that. If Steve became Stephen, then poor Zeus would be sad. Yes, poor Zeus would be sad. I don't know. I hope he's doing fine, Moonchild. I haven't heard from him. Cringy, call me. He met a new love and they were spending a lot of time together. And I'm hoping that that's what it is, that they, it's the holidays. You're closer with your family, you do more things together. And hoping that that's all. Because I sure do miss him. Oh my gosh, Stat, that is horrible. Exactly, Flower Power. She doesn't, she's a hypocrite. She doesn't look at herself. Everything you say about everybody is right there in the mirror, Laura, right there. No, and it isn't anything to laugh about. My mother died of liver cancer. My brother, the same, but my brother was from alcohol and he never stopped drinking. So his was a very slow, painful progress, but he didn't stop drinking. It would have all been different if he stopped drinking, but he didn't. My mom didn't drink, so hers was caused by I don't know what. A lot of older um, people that are getting liver cancer now. Remember Phyllis Stokes? She had that liver cancer too. And someone else, another YouTuber went through the same thing. She all of a sudden just got sick and put her in the hospital. She had liver cancer and she passed away. The same with my mom. Just like one day she just couldn't function. She has liver cancer. And then a few months later, she's dead. But it's very, very, very sad. And it's not anything I wish to die of because it's a horrible death. It is horrible. He wasn't for 1.5 years. Oh my gosh. I can't even imagine. Yes, it's very difficult. I still haven't got over my mom's death. I think to myself that one day I'll think about her and not want to cry, but I can't do that yet. Oh, that's good. That's good, Stat. I'm glad you're settling down. It's not easy to do. What? Who called you that? That's just nasty. Wow, Stat. Well, I'm glad you're getting settled down and and moving forward. My brother didn't. He was living in California and he decided to move back to Texas, to San Antonio, where his daughters live. And I knew then he must be dying. And sure enough, a year later, he was dead. Have a happy new year, Flower Power. Thank you for stopping by. I really enjoy your comments. Hi, Pam. Good to see you. We were talking about uh, Glenda and Zeus. And Zeus is no longer part of Glenda's life. He has moved on to bigger, better things, I guess. I don't know. Happy New Year. Oh, no worries, Pam. Yeah, it's a funeral for Steve. Dun, 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 dun. Oh, what's a good funeral song? Happy trails to. Yes, stealthy, I do too. your your lounge pants, pajama bottoms on. Well, at least you've got some bottoms on. Unlike that other YouTuber that doesn't wear pants. Yep, I know. I'm in my nice little flannel pajama set too. Yep. Happy New Year, Dan. Hope you're doing great. Where's Mike Stevens? Mike Stevens. We're calling Mike Stevens. Mike Stevens to a live chat. Ooh, you went for pork and kraut. Ooh, that's what I'm having tonight. Well, not pork and kraut. I'm going to make some bacon and cabbage. I know, we need Mike Stevens here. Good, Dan. That's good. I don't know where Vicky's at. Oh, good, Dan. Sweatpants. They have those little cuffs on them like they did back in the 80s, which I hated and still do. Yes, stat. It is. Um, I had a friend from Pennsylvania, and they would have hot dogs and kraut. You may have a problem when you're public. Oh, there you go, Dan. Say, remember when I gave you that A when you should have gotten an S? Could be a Polish thing. I don't know. But I guess all that's a northeast thing. Down south, it's greens, cabbage, black-eyed peas, cornbread. But I don't have any cornbread. Bet you're sweet dupa. Yes, it does, Dan. Yes, it does come full circle. But those sweatpants with the cuffs on them should not have made a circle. They shouldn't have circled back. Those are nasty. And everybody's wearing them. Oh, and I just look at them like, please. Well, I make pork chops and cabbage. I don't do kraut. Oh, there you go, Dan. That's a good goal. That's a great goal. Fantastic goal. Well, stealth, it's come back in fashion. I was trying to find a pair of sweats and they all have cuffs on them. I was like, no, no. They were not good back in the 80s. They're not good now. With a side of pierogi. And that would be good. And I had French toast for breakfast. So I think I'm going to make that the New Year's Eve uh, breakfast should be French toast. Yes, elastic at the ankles. Not elastic, but they have like that little um wide little band around them. Like they have on the sweatshirts, that little band around the sleeve. They have those around the sweatpants. Yeah, ribbed banding around the bottom, like a hem. I don't think they're calling them running pants. Let's see, sweatpants. See, they all have that little cuff or something down at the bottom. These have elastic at the bottom, but I've seen the ones with the cuffs. Not cool, not cool at all. They're nasty. I'm sending you a picture. There you go, Stealth. I just sent you a picture. A suit jacket to match. You could probably have one tailor-made out of, that fabric, whatever they call it. The ones that I'm looking for without the strap at the bottom, jogging pants. Well, I have to look for them, Stealth. I haven't seen anybody. I've seen them at Walmart walking through the Walmart wearing them. And I'm like, oh, God, no. Why? Why? Okay, everyone. This was an impromptu live to discuss Zeus and the disappearance, which I think he's a character in the Slenda Gully forum on Gossip Bakery. And I'll post the link, and you can go and you can see for yourself and see if you can spot the Zeus in the group. I don't know if I'm blocked on there or not. I haven't been on there, but hey. Oh, rest in peace, Steve. We will all mourn Zeus, the Zeus character. Okay, you guys, love you all and have a happy new year. I hope everyone's new year is great, prosperous, fun, romantic, everything you ever wanted. I wish for all of you for 2023. Good night, everyone.